And on what we're talking about in these words that we've just heard from Kat.
Yeah, well, the Lord reminded me yesterday. I mean, I probably, this is unusual for me, but I've had 40 to 50 dreams sent to me by credible prophets in the last couple of months. Every single one of them have been instructing me, and so that I can instruct others, stand. God is going to do this. And so he reminded me yesterday that 8 to 10, at least 8 to 10 of these dreams, in the dream, it looked like it was over, and we did not win. And it looked like it was over when it wasn't really over. One dream, he said twice, "I am not late." And another dream, Trump himself was in the White House, and he was sitting at his desk weeping. And he said, "All I ever wanted to do was to release freedom in America. All I wanted was for the people to hear the sound of freedom. But there are bats in the belfry, and there's a lot that I don't have time to go into that has to do with. And there are bats in the dome." Then he said, "The sound of freedom has been captured, and I've tried for 4 years to free this sound." And then he said, weeping, "Have I failed?" And we began to say to him, "No, sir, you have not failed, and it is not too late." And then we were supernaturally sort of led to the Capitol building, and God lifts the dome, and this dark cloud comes out, and then bats start flying out of the Capitol building. I'm just saying, this is not over. And God is he's saying, look, I warned you that it would look like it's over when it's not over, and you must stand. And he also reminded me, by the way, and I'll do this quickly, but years ago, God assigned me to pray for a girl in a coma who was basically a vegetable, fed through a tube in her stomach, breathing through a trach. And he said, "I want you to go every week and pray over her for an hour until I give her a new brain." Her brain had been destroyed by a disease. And I went and every week I prayed over her for an hour, and I saw no results for a year. And I suppose 8 or 10 times over that year, I went to God and said, "Lord, did I really hear you? Did you send me? Because if you sent me, I'm not going to stop. But I need to know if this is just presumption on my part." Finally, at the end of a year, they came to me, her family came to me and said, "She's gotten worse. The doctors have said she's going to die anytime now. If you want to see her again alive, you need to go see her now." Of course, she couldn't respond, but just to see her. I went to see her, and I spoke over her, as you guys were saying, the word of the Lord. I said, "You will not die. You will live. You will have a new brain, and nothing could stop this." And 2 days later, the Lord walked in her hospital room and healed her brain and raised her up and gave her a brand new brain and life. And I'm saying that to say, I don't know why he waited so long. I don't know why at the end he waited just before they said she's going to go. But the Lord resurrected her, just like he's going to do in this situation.
Yes, amen. And you know, you bring up a very good